I'm Jason Jorgensen. It's once again time for the Loper Football Show. We're joined by head coach Ryan Held. The Lopers coming off another exciting road victory at Washburn, winning that one 14-13. Ryan, they all have to feel good, but I would think you just had to like the fight of your guys last Saturday. Didn't go well early, but you guys finished strong and got the win.
Yeah, they really responded well. We obviously shot ourselves in the foot a few times in the first half in the red zone, turned the ball over, which we hadn't done. We got down 13-0, and it was really obviously raining, and circumstances were crazy, but both teams had to do it, and they found a way to take the lead. And we went into halftime. We had a little bit of a lightning delay, which ended up being kind of the storyline of the second half. Being able to improvise, be like Marines, improvise, adapt, overcome. And our guys went out, and I just said, just keep playing football. Very similar to all the games, but especially the Central Missouri game where we just went out and really played well. And then the second half, we simplified a little bit more, ran the ball a little bit more, and our defense really stepped up. Played well, got us the ball in the fourth quarter. We blocked an extra point, which ended up being big again down the stretch, to where when we did score and kick the extra point, that put us up by one. I thought we played situational football and field position pretty well, used our timeouts right. We milked the clock the right way, and then we kicked the ball, and then there was no time on the clock, and boom, 14-13. We're all celebrating and trying to get dried off and come home to beautiful Kearney, Nebraska.
What was your thoughts on that hour-long break as a coaching staff? I mean, it was like another halftime in a way. I was afraid maybe Washburn might come out and try to run something that you'd never seen. Was there any thought about that strategically?
Well, you have a long time. Yeah, you have a long time to talk about scenarios, but again, you got to do what you've been coached to do. And we talked to the punt team that, hey, if we have to punt again, this is what we need to do. And if we have to kick the ball off, or if they, whatever the situation, return team, if they would have scored, in 2 minutes stuff. I mean, for us and our trying to run the clock out, not being, make them use their timeouts, maximize as much as we can, taking the clock off, because there's, charts and everything, and no one panicked. That's the thing. And, we knew it was 3rd and I think 12 maybe on the 47. Yep. And we just had our guys were fired up walking out from the locker room, and, they were playing some pretty good music. They had Sweet Caroline and some other ones as we're sitting there waiting and keeping everybody sane, I guess, waiting for it. But our guys found a way to go out, and we didn't panic. They knew we were going to win. We felt we were going to win. And again, Washburn, I said in the pre last week, that this was a good football team. They're well coached. I have a lot of respect for Coach Shurik and what they do, but our guys found a way to get this one done. And now we're playing, Jason, for something. We're playing for a winning season. Last year we weren't playing for anything. This is a different year, a huge golden opportunity, and we have to respect this week and give ourselves the best chance to beat Missouri Southern.
About your running game and the play of Isaiah Harris that has really come on in recent weeks, and you really had to run the ball on Saturday because it was just miserable to try to throw the football.
Yeah, our offensive line, we've lost 3 starters, this year. Cooper got a chance to get back and play, I think 16, 17 plays, but not at the level he had been. And hopefully we'll keep building him up and he'll play more against Southern. But guys have really stepped up. I think the tight ends have really, Jason, done well. Blocking. Trey Moore has been incredible. Pancake. I think we had 8 or 9 pancake blocks at the tight end position. And our receivers have gotten better blocking the perimeter. So those guys have really bought into that. Then it's the quarterback decisions, whether to hand the ball off. Obviously, Reagan pulled the one and scored. And then we had a couple other pulls in the fourth quarter that kept drives going. We've just gotten better offensively, Jason. Our defense really bounced back because that was a good offense now. That number 6 is special. We kept him in check. And that was exciting for those guys to come back, because we have as good a defense as there is in this league. They've had probably a quarter, 3 quarters where they haven't played well, 4 quarters overall. but they played really well and gave us a chance to win.
Yeah, statistically on Saturday, you only gave up 35 yards in the second half. That's incredible in this day and age in college football.
Well, Jason, not only that, but let's talk about this penalties. 2 weeks ago, we had 5 penalties. Last week, we had 2. This week, in all my coaching, Jason, I've never had 0 penalties in any football game I've ever coached in. I've never seen it ever in a game. And our guys found a way to get that done. We're the most penalized team in the league, and our guys have really bought into being more disciplined. I think that needs to be talked about as much as anything. How much better we've gotten in penalties. Now that could change this week if we get 12 penalties. But it's kudos to these guys over the last 3 weeks to really dial in and be more disciplined, detailed, and tough.
All right, how about this week? The long trip down to Joplin to take on Missouri Southern. They've had a tough year, but those of us who follow this league know that anybody in the league can jump up and get you. What's your thoughts on the Lions?
I think they're sometimes in different quarters they've looked like as good a team as there is in the league, and then like all of us, they've had some plays that they'd like to have back, and that's put them behind. But I mean, they were 42-30 against Emporia State. They were very competitive in a lot of these games. We have to respect this week. They have a really good D-line. They have the same quarterback that beat us last year is back. That tight end, number 5, is as good as there is in the league. They have a really good receiver. We know their offensive line coach. He's done a really nice job. They're big and athletic up front. They just have not tackled at times well, but they've had a week off to prepare for us. So I'm sure they went back to technique and fundamentals. This is senior day for them. And here's a chance for them to go out on senior day and beat a team that's going for a winning season. You have to respect this conference. You have to respect the game preparation. We had an opportunity to play for something, and we expect to go out and play well, but we know we're going to get their best shot.
All right, we'll see how it develops on Saturday. We'll see you down there.
All right, Jason. It might rain again. Be ready for that. That's what I'm seeing.
That's what I've heard. That was Loper head coach Ryan Held. His thoughts as UNK goes for win number 6 on the season. As Ryan alluded to, that would give UNK, guarantee them a winning season with that final game coming up against Fort Hays State. Kickoff on Saturday is set for 2 in Joplin. We will have it for you on 93.1 The River and 106.9 in Kearney. For the Loper Football Show, I'm Jason Jorgensen.